2025 might just end up being the greatest year for LEGO Star Wars. UTATs, Death Stars, MTTs, so much more is going to be happening, so let's not waste any time and let's get right into it. Set 75413 will be a UTAT, and while this is amazing, the biggest talking point right now for this set has to be that price per piece ratio. It is rumored to have 813 pieces and cost $150. Now, I'm not someone who considers price per piece to be all that important. Yeah, it's fun to look at and it's a good talking point, but at the end of the day, is what you're getting with the set to you a good enough value to justify that price? That's what it's going to come down to, for me at least. But focusing on the set, LEGO is doing something that fans have only dreamed of with the UT-AT. I'm so happy that once again, LEGO is giving us a set that we've been asking for, especially over, I want to say, the last 2 years, year and a half. The fan demand for this has just skyrocketed. So I am ecstatic. August 1st is already starting off strong. We already know about the MTT coming out. There's going to be, I want to say in August, the buildable Ewok as well as the K2SO. But MTT, UT-AT for August, that's absolutely insane. Now, 2 minifigs at least are rumored to be with Galactic Marines, obviously. And we can expect, I would hope, a Commander Bacara to be alongside them. Now, I think the least amount of minifigs you can get away with for LEGO for this $150 price has to be the bare minimum 5. Do I think LEGO should do that? No. I think they need to have 7 to 8 minifigs, and they have to include Bacara, and you need to have Ki-Adi-Mundi in there as well. So, quick math, you would have 5 Galactic Marines, Bacara, and Ki-Adi-Mundi to make the 8 minifigs that I personally would like. Now, I would also expect LEGO to include waist capes, bring them back. The fans have wanted them. You're charging us this much for a set with, I know I mentioned I don't really care too much about price per piece, but a pretty diabolical price per piece ratio. So at the very least, you can at least make the quality of figs much higher than they've been with the, to put it nicely, subpar, mediocre printing that we've seen, especially with that Captain Rex minifig. So hopefully things are turning in the right direction, because a UT-AT is already amazing. Let's just make it that next step, that next tier of amazing, and this can go down as one of the all-time greatest LEGO Star Wars sets of all time with a UT-AT. So I'm pumped. It's feeling like, even though nothing official for the anniversary of Revenge of the Sith right now, you have the Plo Koon Microfighter, you have the ARC 170, you have a UT-AT. It's feeling a little Revenge of the Sithy to me. I don't know. That might just be me. I mean, I'm really excited for this. But moving on to another set that we are expecting in the Revenge of the Sith time with a 327th Star Corps Battle Pack. This is going to be $40, which is wild to me. A $40 battle pack. I'm not sure what they're going to include. Obviously, we can expect a ton of 327th clones, which great for army building. We are going to be super excited for this. I'm pumped for this, but a $40 battle pack, I'm not sure how many clones are going to be able to be included to make that $40 price point justified, and what are the side builds going to be. Obviously, while the side builds are cool, I'm more focused on the clones. Are they going to have helmet holes? All of that stuff. I know the helmet holes have been a very prevalent topic, so for $40, I'm really hoping that this is a top-notch battle pack. I expect it to be one. LEGO always does a really solid job with battle packs, so not really a whole lot to go into detail on this. I mean, we have the piece count, which is going to be 258, and it's going to be set 75431, as well as a summer release. So once again, that August release, I'm going to pencil it in there. Obviously, nothing's guaranteed. It could also be in the June release. So June, August, it's looking really good for LEGO Star Wars right now, especially in that summertime. The whole year is looking stacked. But moving on to our next set with another clone turbo tank. This one's a bit shocking to me, not because it's a clone turbo tank. We've wanted a clone turbo tank remake for forever now. I feel that it's long overdue since the last one was in 2016, but this is going to be the cheapest clone turbo tank at $50. Now, that's not a bad thing, but I'm interested to see exactly what they're going to do. What's the minifig count going to be for this? What's the size going to be? Because $50 compared to the other clone turbo tanks, which have been at or around that $100 price point, they've been a pretty good size with a pretty good amount of minifigs. So $50, you're really going to be scaling it down. I'm someone who's been advocating for a Bad Batch clone turbo tank just to get another Bad Batch set in there, but this doesn't seem like it's going to be happening. It seems that we might just get 2 or 3 clone troopers with a scaled down clone turbo tank. Now, is this the remake of a clone turbo tank that fans have wanted? Probably not. But at the same time, it is, I'll call it a remake of a clone turbo tank if you want to say it like that, but I'm still holding out hope that we will be getting a larger, bigger play scale clone turbo tank sometime within the next 5 years. We're getting a UT-AT, a 327th Battle Pack, so I'll be able to look past the clone turbo tank for now at least. For now, LEGO, we'll be having a talk soon about that because this isn't cutting it for me. A bit of a shock here, but also I do have a theory about this. With set 75417, an AT-ST Walker. It's going to have 1,513 pieces. It's going to retail for $200, and it's going to be an August release as well. And this one is seeming like it's going to be a UCS set. Now, the buildable Chewbacca was also around that price, and it wasn't classified as UCS, and it doesn't seem like this AT-ST for now is classified as a UCS, but when you start seeing that $200 plus price point, even if it doesn't say it on the box, many people would consider it to be a Ultimate Collector Series type of set, and that's what I expect from this. Though it's not labeled as one, many fans will consider it to be in that UCS type of tier. We've had a UCS AT-ST a while back, and I thought that was a good model for the time. And who knows what upgrades they're going to make. I expect this to come with the display plaque that we've seen printed on numerous sets for a few years now, as well as at the very least an AT-ST pilot. Maybe we'll get 2 because there's 2 of them that do ride in the AT-ST, but who knows, at the very least we are expecting 1. Now my theory for the set is this. We have a buildable Ewok happening. We have a UCS, or what I'm going to consider for now a UCS AT-ST. Fans have been speculating that a buildable Ewok village was going to be happening, especially when the leaks for one, or what we thought was going to be one, but then that ended up turning out to be a UCS Death Star. So my thought process is the AT-ST goes along with the Endor bunker. I think that there's a pretty good chance we could get a Endor bunker at some point as well. If it's not this year, it could be next year as well, and that would make sense. I mean, they are releasing a buildable Ewok, we're getting an AT-ST, and when you think of an AT-ST, what else do you think of? The Endor bunker, which I think that would be some pretty good long-term thinking here, especially for all my Return of the Jedi fans who are going to want to have an Endor bunker, an AT-ST, a buildable Ewok. I think that's pretty smart with LEGO doing that and coming out with, instead of it all being scaled down in one set, you release 3 separate sets that all kind of depict the same part of Star Wars, which would be really fun because there's the Jango Fett helmet and we are getting a Jango Fett Slave 1. There is a Kylo Ren helmet happening and we are expected to get a Kylo Ren's shuttle in a midi scale set. And there is the AT-AT driver, which another theory is another AT-AT happening as well. But that's just me. There's been no talk about that. I think it would make sense for LEGO to release an Endor bunker. I think that fans would enjoy it, a remake it from what was a really good set. Who knows if it's going to happen? That's just where my brain went when I saw that the AT-ST was going to be happening. And then I said, there's going to be an Ewok. So I could be completely wrong with that. And then I can look back on this and say, yeah, that wasn't so smart of you. And I can't wait to see what the rest of the year has in store for LEGO Star Wars. It's going to be crazy. Comment down below and let me know what you think about all these sets and what 2025 has in store for us. Subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest LEGO content. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.